What is good, everyone? Welcome to today's trade recap of the day. Today is Friday, July 18th, 2025. Today, I'm going to be going over today's price action. I did not take any trades today. I'll go over why and some potential trades you guys could have caught. There really wasn't anything I saw, but a lot of trades to definitely be avoided, and I'll go over that, okay? So, coming into the morning, I did have, just bullish until proven wrong type of bias. Now, open ended up trading higher, taking out this internal high, this London high we had here. And I mean, what I wanted to open and do, what I wrote on the bias was just to trade lower and then get along from there. We ended up trading higher, taking out that high. So I was then looking to see if we can, maybe get a short, because I did like shorts because of all of this trend line liquidity that we had here. And we had the unfilled 4 hour. So I was saying that mechanically, like the setup we were seeing mechanically wasn't that good, but discretionary wise, there was a good setup. So it was definitely like hard to play this short depending on how you played it. There was like some 30-second here that I called out that was a break-even trade. Depending on how you played it, and it's tough when you have like price action like this and it's not super clean and it's not the most obvious setup, because just the stop loss is going to be tough and the break-even point is going to be tough. But I think the overall drawn liquidity was there. And yeah, that ended up playing out. And from there was a potential long. So there was a long right here that I didn't end up taking. Okay, so there was I think it was a 15-minute. Yeah, all right, so there's a 15-minute gap right here. And I ended up fading this long. Now, the reason I faded this long was because I set myself a condition before I came into this day, which was we have this low right here, right? And if you just look at the daily bias I sent out, okay. If you just look at the daily bias I sent out, I said, if we displace through this 4 hour low, what can you expect this EQ, this range? So already, I'm not really expecting this 15-minute to really hold, because we have this here. And if we draw out the swing low here to the swing high, EQ of the range is down here, right? So I was expecting this hourly to get hit. So we didn't hit the hourly on the first long that got presented to me, which is why I faded it here. And there also really wasn't an entry either way. There was a 2-minute entry, but I ended up fading because there was no 4-minute close. So I was looking for a 4-minute close, and there was none. Okay. And from here, we ended up trading lower. And this is why I always preach, highest time frame inversion, especially if you're not extremely confident in your draw and the overall entry. And on this day and this setup, I guess I wasn't, which is why I faded this. Now from here, there was a lot of setups that were happening, none of which I took. Okay, there was a 30-second long around here, right, that I liked at first. Bro, my dog, I'm going to fucking kill him. There was a 30-second long here that I did like, but the reason that I would have liked, right, if we had like a very nice V-shape off of that hourly for value gap, but we just didn't have that, right? We were just not in good price action, right? And the 1 minute took forever to close, so it wasn't a good setup. Like, horrible conditions we had today. And then, there was some shorts that happened. Listen, guys. This is a time where you need to be recognizing market conditions, okay? We had a great week, right? Up a lot this week, and preserving capital is the number one thing this is the second most important thing, other than actually making money, is actually keeping the money that you make. Okay? And you need to stop thinking about the potential that you can make from these trades, right? Oh, but, I could take this trade and then I could be up this much on the week and then I could be up this much on the day. No, think about the downside, right? Risk is extremely, extremely important and necessary. This risk management that we have in play. So be able to understand where we're coming from and look at this price action, guys. We generate liquidity the whole entire session. We're just generating liquidity. From the upside, then back to the downside, and this is chop range, right? Nothing's clean. So go back into your journals and look at trades that you took that was clean. Go back to your trade recaps that maybe you do on your own. Hopefully you guys do that, right? You will start to see what A+ scenarios and conditions look like. It looks like this, right? It doesn't look anything like this. And if you're trying to trade this, you're going to get chopped the fuck around. I don't think anybody that traded today's price action got a good win, right? Especially with just my overall model, right? You're not going to get a good setup with this. You're not. Okay? You're going to get chopped around. So again, just understanding and recognizing conditions, guys. Okay? Do you guys have any questions about today? What are you doing about the 946 2-minute long? Yeah, this is just not a good trade. We aren't delivering from anything. We left low resistance liquidity. We left equal lows. And this is not. You're like longing off of equal lows and low resistance liquidity, and there's no higher time from key level. The higher time from key level is this 4 hour, right? So you need to wait for the higher time from key level. This is also way too premium. So, and London highs was already swept. So price is most likely going to generate liquidity before going back up, right? I'm pretty much done for the raise. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll look after the live stream, but what's the problem when we have equal lows? It's a very strong liquidity pool, and it's going to be used as a magnet in price. We're most likely going to have a stop rate if we're going to be bullish. I enter at first, then close early because I recognize conditions. That's good. That's good. That's good, bro. At least you're able to recognize the conditions. Yeah, I will post for yesterday content. My bad, I forgot about that. I'll upload both after this. 10:03 1 minute short after data lows. Yeah, I don't know. I don't love this short just because data highs. Like, this is just more of a bullish long looking to me. Damn, this is so uncorrelated today. NQ is moving horribly. So many equal lows and highs. NQ is moving like ES right now, dude. But I just didn't really like shorts. I mean, like overall, maybe if we like swept out this high and has an SMT and this data high was more sponsored, but leaving equal highs like this at your stop, and it's tough. Like I can see this going both ways. There's opposing liquidity pools on both sides, so it's like you need to wait for one side of the range to get swept. That's the way I play it, especially when we have a very clear draw lower and a very clear draw higher. A 1 minute inverse for me is not enough. 30 seconds short at 10:03. Yeah, that's what I was just going over. I'm new to this group. Where can I learn your strategy? If you go on the recordings tab, we have pinned videos, brother. Don't you think any long position at the point in price could have just been a retracement to probably move lower? Yeah, that's what failed longs happen. Yeah, if we have a failed long, it's just a retracement to go lower, yeah. Can you explain when resweeps are most likely? Yeah, if we have equal lows at your stop, for example here. If we leave like relative equal lows at like a liquidity pool, like an unfilled gap or something. If we're overall chopping, it's going to be a resweep most likely. So MNQ took out the low, but NQ didn't, so still counts as equal lows, right? Yep. I took the 10:28 1 minute long, break even at first TP, second 50 minute long. Yeah, so the reason this isn't a valid setup is because we have two for rally gaps in this leg, right? We have this for rally gap here, and then we also have this one right here. So the reason this is an A+ is because you need to wait for both to get inverted in the leg. Okay. What about the 5 minute short pre-market? Are we bouncing from anything? No. Oh, the hourly gap. It doesn't look bad, but again, I don't like trading don't trade pre-market when there's no 8:30 news, because what are you going to get? You're going to get a lot of chop, and you're going to get manipulation at 9:30. Most of the time we just get manipulation, and then, you know, even if your bias was right towards low resistance liquidity, what's going to happen? 9:30 is going to manipulate you out. manipulating everyone that was in shorts too early. Okay, so be paying attention to news because that drives the market. But just pay attention to NQ, bro. Beak winner question: intermediate lows, internal or intermediate low. ITL is just an intermediate low. I can also use it for like internal low. It's the same thing. Intermediate low though is just a low inside of a fair value gap. So if you have like a fair value gap here, we trade into it. This is your intermediate low. Then just internal highs and lows is just the swing points. Like this is an internal high, this is an internal high. So any highs and lows that like just aren't in gaps. Why are you so bullish coming into the day? I'm just kidding, but all-time highs, bro. That's just we're bullish. Like I don't know, this is bullish. We're just bullish, bro. We're at all-time highs. Like that's the thing, guys. How can I say I'm bearish in this scenario? It's like there's nothing to the left of me. I literally just saying that. Just like, could we go lower on this day? Yeah, we did, and we could for sure go lower on days with all-time highs. Is that a high probability? No. All right. You have to use what the market is giving you, and at this point in time, we have a lot of confluences for price to go higher because the daily is bullish, the weekly is bullish, every single time frame in the world is bullish. Every single time frame that's given me is bullish, right? So what do you mean, Guillermo? What do you mean? The sauce you said last week about displacement really helped for this week. For sure, 100%, bro. If M and Q is uncorrelated from NQ, which one do you focus on? I focus on NQ, bro. Do you pass evals without consistency rule in one trade? Sometimes, if it's like a really high hour trade. What about a 1046 short enter to it? No, I don't like it. There's a discounted 15-minute right above. It's not a good short. If we went up there, then maybe. I'm pretty sure Forex Factory showed us having 10 a.m. news on I'm pretty sure Forex Factory showed us having 10 a.m. news if we go to orange folder. Did it? Yeah, it did. You just have to look at orange folder because consumer sentiment is it's supposed to be red folder. But you can just use Trade Syncer also as a news. I took a short after we respect the 1 hour bearish gap. We create a 5-minute gap, and then off that I took a 1 minute inverse short. Is that valid? What are we looking at? Oh, you're talking about the short of the in pre-market? Yeah, again, I already went over that. Yeah. Time and news. Time, news, and you're trading pre-market with no news. Why did M and Q sweep and NQ made 3 equal lows? Can you explain? No, I don't know, bro. I don't move these markets, dog. I have no clue. Do you pay attention to inverse on NQ or MNQ if you're entering on MNQ? And the inverse is usually going to happen at the same thing. Like this is just a very uncorrelated day just because price action is shitty. So overall conditions aren't the best, so we're uncorrelated. Yeah, I still look for an inverse and continuation. I was bearish today because we were chopping. We had unfilled gaps, well as failed. Yeah, that's valid. I wasn't even saying I was very bullish in the morning. Like I said it, I was just bullish until proven wrong. And then I saw a 30-second, I said it was good for shorts because we had low resistance. Great. I like shorts, the 4 hour. From there, then we could have gone lower and lower, and everything was a condition from then. Yeah. How do I identify CSD? It's a chain state delivery is a series of down close candles that swept out the low. So if we have a series of down close candles, we didn't even get a change of state today. But this is a change state delivery. Let's say, for example, this is your series of down close candles that, like, let's say swept out this low. We had a liquidity pool here. If we get a body closing above the opening price here, then it's a change state. What do you think about the 455 short pre-market? 455 short pre-market. Okay. This isn't pre-market. This is London. Maybe you're talking about 855? I don't know. Is there a video on the continuation model? Not in this non-VIP, no. Should you let your partner go to the club without you? Sheesh. Maybe, bruh. It depends. Thank you, Madrid. Do you enter inverse on NQ or MNQ if you're executing on MNQ? I enter on MNQ because I'm executing on there. I mean, I'll pay attention to NQ, though. I took a short one over that. I thought you said you were going to long. The enter... No, Friday's not usually bear, so. Why was the woman inverse at 1042 not a real setup? Because it took 20 candles to invert a 1 minute. That's just not good. Just look at price, bro. We're just generating liquidity. This is a generation of low resistance liquidity. This is not clean. Go back to your journal. If you journal, go back to your journal and look at winning trades. A winning trade looks like this. A losing trade will look like this. That's where the majority of your losses look like, and that's what the majority of your wins look like. How many accounts do you think you blew before coming from? I don't know how many the accounts, but I mean, if we think about it this way, like I was trading with like $300 accounts back in the days with like 4x, 300, then $150 accounts, like $4,000 or $5,000 worth of accounts. So a lot. I bought premium yesterday, and seeing how you think during the session makes me realize I got to pay more attention to the smaller DCLs. Not gonna lie, 100%, bro. Trading's hard. It's not just a simple mechanical set of rules that you just follow to the exact T. There's gonna be a lot of discretion involved and a lot of screen time and a lot of patience for sure in the market. It's a hard game. Thank you, Sia. I really learned something new, but most of it patience. If I trade alone, I blow account. Good, bro. Yeah, patience is key here. 100,000%. I'm down 500 on my 50K. Is there still time to build a 3K buffer end of the month since we can't trade August? Why can't we trade August? Why can't we trade August? What do you mean? Oh, wait, I think, is IC for Dummies video up? Why isn't it up? What the fuck? Oh, I put it for July 19th. I'm so fried. All right, I just need to post it. Let me just post this shit already.
We went from being fucking broke.
Okay. Are you not trading in August? I'm trading in August. Who said it? I had my biggest trading month ever in August. Wait, who said we're not trading in August? Where'd you guys hear that? My 50K is at 5% profit target, but also 5% loss. Do you recommend risking 1% per trade or too much? I think that's pretty valid. 1% is good. 5% max loss. It's 5 trades in a row before you blow an account. That's pretty solid. It's really good. Risk management. Where can I watch your strategy videos, like how you trade, what to look for, and what kind of entries and where to enter? So you can look at the pinned videos in the recordings tab, and basically all the videos in the recordings tab. I have videos that I do back testing. I have trade recaps that I post every single day. So just be watching those. Just binge those. Is August a tradable month? Yes. Hopping off the day. Have a good weekend, man. Hey, much love, Sly. Have a good rest of your week, bro. Or weekend. How many counts do you think I blew before being profitable? I went over that. Do I long now? Yes. There's an SMT. Do you care about equal lows? I do care about equal lows even if there's an SMT, yes. Especially if they're spread apart like this, yes. If this was the chart on, yeah. Anyways. If price drops around is already 11, what do you need to wait for to trade? Just like if I'm waiting for 11, I would just want to see like we're generating like liquidity. I'm expecting 11 to take that liquidity that we generated. So just for price to trade into a key level, just nothing different than when I wait for at 10 at 30 and 9:30 to 10. It's the same thing that I wait for at 11. If there's an SMT, do you care about equal lows? I just went over that. Peace out, guy. Have a good rest of your day, bro. How to get over our mental barrier in trading. What exactly is, like, are you saying with the mental barrier, though? Like, you not believing in yourself? You having, like, over trading because you're bad? Like, what exactly? Oh my god, bro. These fucking signal bots, dude. Fucking giving sauce, and there's just people like, are you going to take a trade? Like, fucking spamming, bro. Like, Jesus, trade. Like, shit's so frustrating, man. Why wasn't the 2-minute IFG and the 15-minute at 16 a setup that you took at 1648? Yeah, so I just didn't like shorts here because this discounted 15-minute. If you guys just go back to like 2 days ago, the loss that happened that I saw a lot of people take that I didn't take was we had a very similar idea to this where we had 2 15 minutes in this leg, and then we ended up trading a little bit higher to the discounted one, and then it was a stop rate, right? So especially in scenarios like this where it's just not clean price action, This is just like not a good setup, right? Where we have like this 2 minute and then, always the chance of that stop rate happening, right? That's why I didn't personally like shorts here. And then just overall, just like if we're recognizing market conditions, it wasn't good. When is the condition video coming out? It's in the YouTube, brother. A video on daily bias overall. Did you get a haircut? Looks fine. I've been got this haircut for a while, but appreciate it, bro. Peace out, logo. I went to the beach and came back, and you guys still here. I got you, boys. I got you, buzz. Are you doing a training session on Sunday? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How do you recover from drawdown on a live account? What should be the mindset? Okay, that's a good question. So whenever I'm facing drawdown in my account, there's really two things that I do that would help me, recover with the mindset, and that is under risking myself, right? So I'm not going to go in for the same amount that I was before because my confidence is a little bit lower, right? So the only way to build back your confidence is by risking lower and getting conviction in your setups, right? Now, let's say you do that for like a month and then you build back up your confidence, maybe build back up your buffer, and now you're at that point again where you have like 6 trades in a row to blow your account or 5 trades in a row to blow your account. Perfect. Now you can go back to your normal risk of whatever it was, 0.5%, 1%, and then from there, trade the same, right? But being in drawdown is normal. Taking losses is normal. It's necessary. You need to take losses. It is okay. The best traders in the world take losses. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong, okay? But journal it. See, if you did make any mistakes with that trade idea or with those trades, see if, or if you were just doing everything right and you're just on a bad end of the statistic for that week and now you're in drawdown, it's normal. Funded accounts are hard. It's not always going to be 100% skill based, which is not what a lot of people like to say, but it's true, bro. It's not 100% skill based prop firms. There's some luck involved based on your statistic and whether or not you'll get a payout with this account. You may blow it. You may then you might have a really bad month. You may have a bad week. Right. But yeah, the mindset should be it's okay to take losses, especially if you're doing everything right. I'm in this 2 minute. What do you think? You know what I think, bro. You know what I think. Why the fuck shouldn't I trade August? Elaborate. I never said this. Can you look at... Yeah, I got you. Yes, but the high of an AMD... Right, when we're looking at accumulation, manipulation, distribution, the manipulation should be in some sort of higher time frame, great key level, some obvious key level. And here in that AMD, we didn't have that because we just traded into some pretty bullshit like 15 minute that I wouldn't say is like high probability and that great of a key level. If we maybe manipulated higher into this, then it would have been a better manipulation, yeah. What do you think is the easiest and hardest PA months? I'm not going to lie, brothers. Every month is not the same. Like, I had a really good summer last year, and then I had the start of the summer was pretty hard, and now I'm having a really good July. So it's like, it's never the same, honestly, bro. But I would say, like, the most consistent is just, like, the beginning of the year, January, February, March, April. And then, like, yeah. Mental barrier, like maybe bad habits. So are you saying like the mental barrier of you having bad okay, like in your trading? My God, bro. Fucking feeling sick as fuck. Ugh. What was I saying? So, if you have bad habits in your trading, and again, this goes back to what I read a lot about, which was the Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. He talks a lot about life outside of the charts. And it's just reprogramming yourself as a person, right? Because trading and your life outside of trading, and I know I've said this a lot, but I've been thinking about it a lot recently, how your life outside of trading and your life inside of trading, it should be extensions of yourself, right? Because of course your life carries into trading, right? So, if you're feeling FOMO, if you're feeling the greed and you're not taking profits, all of those, common psychological factors and issues, they're not just the trading problems you're having, but they're actual personal issues that you face that you haven't confronted yet. But trading will bring out those things in you. All right. So reprogram yourself as a person. Okay. Don't just think, okay, if I have better trading psychology, because it's not really trading psychology, right? It's your overall, it's yourself. It's you versus you, right? So start thinking about it that way and start getting better habits outside of the charts, because then that would translate to your trading psychology in the charts. Does that make sense? What the fuck? Okay, I'm lagging out. I don't know what's going on. Hello? Can you hear me or no? Yo? All right.